Hello and welcome to another video. I'll be doing some ink swatches. I've got 4 green inks that I would like to do. They are all quite different from one another, all really beautiful. These are green inks that I really love to use. So we'll have a quick look at them. I have Olive Swirl, which is a Diamine chameleon ink from the Ink Vent collection, I think 2022. I have Diamine Aurora Borealis, Emerald, and good old green black. So these are all Diamine inks. Maybe at the next video I will do some other green inks. And I will be using my roller and cleaner glass dip pen as usual. Let's take that out. I really love this pen. And let's put the plastic aside, and then we can begin. So first up, I'm going to start with Aurora Borealis. Now this is a green that I suppose is a well, you'll see it's a green that has a lot of blue in it as well. And I'll just do a swatch with a Q-tip. And second pass, get a nice wet. There we go. Right. Get some ink on the pen. This is Diamine Aurora Borealis. Right. Already some beautiful shading developing there, and we'll definitely have a closer look at that once it's dried. So I'm just putting that aside. Clean the dip pen off. Some water and wipe it clean. Put that aside. And the next one we can look at is the Diamine Emerald. I must admit the Emerald is an ink that I haven't used a whole lot. So this bottle, it's still probably about 90% full. And I think it's about time that I start using this ink. In fact, I've been going through a stage, I guess, where most of the inks in my pens are blacks and greens, blues, I mean blacks and blues, and almost no greens at the moment. But I've been cleaning them out as I use up the ink. I've been cleaning them out so that I only have a few pens so that I can really use them. And I think with the next batch that I ink up, I will be doing a lot of green. So, and by the way, I am using a Pica CD11 paper. It's a A5 journal. There we go. And I have some lovely ink on my fingers now. Oops. First the pen. Oh, already it's just beautiful shading on that color there. So this one is just simply Diamine Emerald. Right, let me put this one away. Clean off the pen, some water, and a wipe. Alright, the next one I want to look at is the Diamine Green Black. Now this one I have used. How much is left? Not, I think it's about halfway. This one I've used quite a lot. This is just a lovely ink, the Green Black. I find that it's also a very lubricated ink, and no matter what pen I use it in, it always produces a very pleasant and smooth writing experience. So, and I don't know if it's when you have, why it is when you have a with black combination, but the Green Black and then also the Blue Black, Diamine's Blue Black, also I have it's a very similar experience. I find it to be a lubricated ink, and it's a beautiful color, and it just goes lovely in any pen. So alright, let's do a swatch. It's funny, it goes on it looks quite light, but I can tell you that this is actually quite a dark, see, there we go, it's quite a dark green. Okay. Diamine Green Black. So I only have a small bottle of this, but I can tell you that when I place another order to replace this, I will definitely be getting a full bottle, because it is one of the inks that I think I use the most. Well, not the most, of the green inks, certainly the green ink I use the most. Right. And then the last one I want to look at is this Diamine Olive SW. It's a chameleon ink. It says on the bottle chameleon. This is a 50 ml bottle, and don't you just love the shape of this bottle? Now when I turn it upside down, you will see the shimmer, the glitter particles, whatever it's called, at the bottom. And I don't know if we're going to catch that in the light. There you go. As it mixes with the ink. I find that when I use it, I just have to, don't want to shake the ink, but just make sure that it mixes nicely. I'm always concerned that the shimmer inks will clog up my pens, and I haven't really found that, to be honest. Especially this one. I've used this Diamine, the Olive SW, I used in one of my Kaweco Sport with a broad nib, and it makes for it's a lovely combination, because you have a really broad line, so you can see all the characteristics of the ink beautifully. Okay, enough talk, let's open this one up. Beautiful. Okay, let's do a swatch. There we go. And while I'm doing this, I'm realizing I actually have another green that I forgot about, so I will get that one out in a second, and we can do that one too. So this is Diamine. Olive SW. Not sure if one can see the shimmer in the ink, but maybe when the swatch has dried, we'll be able to see in the sunlight, but the shading on it is lovely. So just clean off the dip pen. And put that aside. I just want to go back to the green black. I didn't finish this one quite, so I just want to do this. Need to be fair to all the inks. From the angle where I'm sitting, it almost looks black, but then when you just look from a slightly different angle, you can see the green coming through, and it's a beautiful green. Alright, so I have one other ink which I'm going to get off the shelf quickly, and it's not a Diamine ink, so this one, maybe it will surprise you. I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. Got another ink. And what I have here is my Iroshizuku, and this is the Chikun. I think it's like a bamboo green. Now, this is the second Iroshizuku ink that I purchased, and it is beautiful. And of course, all the Iroshizuku inks are really good quality inks, and look at this beautiful bottle that it comes in. And it has at the bottom, it's shaped in such a way that when the ink starts to run out, you can, if you have a pen with a converter, you can really suck up the last little bit of ink in this bottle. Right, let's open this one up. Okay, let's start with the ink swatch. This is such a wet ink. Don't know if you can see the way that it goes on, but it is so smooth. Right. Iroshizuku Chikun. A little bit more ink there. I just want to see there. This ink is really beautiful when you use it in a wetter pen, for sure, because that brings out the shading and everything just beautifully. Alright, let's give it a minute for these inks to dry, and then we can have a closer look. Alright, if we have a look at the Aurora Borealis, on the swatch you could see some beautiful shading, and there is definitely some sheen that's developed as well. So let me just see if we try and get a better angle on this, whether that's a bit. There you see lovely red sheen that's developed on the Aurora Borealis. It's a, I think, very underestimated ink. It's not one that I've been using that much, but actually it's a beautiful color. The Emerald also has, well, all of them have some beautiful shading, but this one in particular, if we have a closer look, let's see. Beautiful shading, and also the on the scribble. I really like the way this ink turns out on paper. The green black, well, as expected, it's a really dark green. I don't know why it went on so light over here initially, but in the writing you can see that it's quite dark. This one also has developed a sheen. Let's see if we could maybe angle it a bit in the light. There we go. Also a lovely red sheen that's developed there. Not so much shading for the green black. It pretty much goes on very consistently, but then it does develop some lovely sheen. The olive swirl, now the olive swirl is what Diamine calls a chameleon ink, and it's a shimmer ink. We have lovely shading, and we do have shimmer as well, though I'm not sure how easy that would be to see, so we'll try and angle it, and maybe you can see that. Nice. Yeah. I guess I should be angling the camera, not the paper. But anyway, that's how we do it today. Iroshizuku Chikun, Bamboo Green. I absolutely love this ink. One may think that it's a very light green and that it's maybe not appropriate for all kinds of writing. But you would be surprised, because even though it's a light ink, it's not difficult to read. It goes on really beautifully. It's also very lubricated ink, I think. Beautiful shading. Not much else going on there. Lovely shading, but yeah, just absolutely love that. Right, so these are my green inks. At the moment, it's almost time to replace the green black, and when I do that, I suppose I may be adding some greens to my collection. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. It helps me a lot. And I will see you next time. Have a great week.